I'm Patrick, and I'm an alcoholic. So, been a few days since I posted a video. That's alright. Going through the holidays, getting a bunch of Christmas stuff done. But I'm gonna start today with reading today's 23rd. Yeah, I'm gonna read daily reflections for today. Recovery, unity, and service. Our 12th step, carrying the message, is the basic service that AA fellowship gives. This is our principal aim and the main reason for our existence. The language of the heart, page 16. And by the way, the language of the heart, which I had to look up, is all Bill W.'s writings to the grapevine in a book. I'm planning to order it. I've read some of them. Definitely order it. I thank God for those who came before me, those who told me not to forget the three legacies, recovery, unity, and service. In my home group, the three legacies were described on a sign which said, you take a three-legged stool, try to balance it on only one leg or two. Our three legacies must be kept intact. In recovery, we get sober together. In unity, we work together for the good of our steps and traditions, and through service, we give away freely what has been given to us. One of the chief gifts of my life has been to know that I will have no message to give unless I recover in unity with AA principles. I went to a meeting tonight, and my sponsor showed up a little bit late. But he didn't even hear what I had to say. But one of the things I've been dealing with is the what ifs. Because I went 3 or 4 years back, a year and a half sober without following a program or any of that. And it kind of sucks because I wish, what if I would have just stayed on it? But at some point, I would have led to that, to drinking again, because I didn't have the proper tools to help me handle it. And so we're always going to have what ifs. So that's why, like, you don't forget your past, but don't worry about the what ifs, because you wouldn't have made it where you're at without it. You know? Went into Walmart, and I ran into a friend of mine. Nah, he flipped me off, which was deserving. I deserved it. But I haven't made my amends yet. I haven't went through any of my amends except for immediate family, because those are going to be pretty tough. I did hurt a lot of people, and lied, cheated, everything. And I'm just not ready yet. The way I look at it is, I've went a couple of months sober before. When I go back to these people that I've hurt, these friends that I've had, I want to be sober for a good while. Because there's a lot I have to learn about myself, and a lot of things I have to unlearn and then relearn. And it hurts, but I'm alright with it. Because I know that's the path that my higher power has for me. It's rough to make those amends, but it's important that we do, because whether they give us forgiveness or not is not the point. We're not looking for forgiveness, we're looking to give it. And that's all we can do. And it's kind of like what the daily reflections said, you know, if we can give this to somebody else, same concept, you know. I wrote some stuff down tonight that I really liked, and I hope I can share with all of you, if I can find the right page. My notebook is kind of just all over the fucking place, you know what I'm saying? It's all upside down, there's no real page numbering. But we talked about a lot of things tonight that kind of hit home. And a lot of it had to do, you know, with what ifs and stuff. Because life's going to be full of what ifs. It's what we do now that makes a big difference, you know. And if I sit there and dwell on those, they're just going to eat me up. So I'm giving it to my higher power at this point, because that's all I can do. I have so much crap written in here, guys. It's ridiculous. Well, actually, this page was pretty good. Our past is our best asset. I quit suffering from sanity and started enjoying it. Self-knowledge is never enough. This was the best one. Revelation without application equals to no transformation. So even if you have that coming to God moment, if you don't apply what comes in this book, you'll never change. You'll be that same person with the old thought process that you had before. And as much as that sucks, we have to change up here. It's great being sober, you know. We have to be sober. But if we don't change our thinking, we're doomed to repeat going back to what we know. What we know is easy. And it says it in the beginning in the, I think it's the promises or how it works, that it's not. I mean, alcoholism is, because it still is, we'll always have it. It's never leaving us. Manageable increments of time. And that talks about looking at one day, and some of us have to look at right now, and sometimes I have to too. That's what works for me sometimes. And I also wrote down I am responsible. When anyone anywhere reaches out for help, I want the hand of AA always to be there, and for that I am responsible. So when someone reaches out to me, I'm responsible to try to help them like I've been helped. I have to give back no matter what. I have come pretty far in these couple of weeks. I'm only 22 days sober. But I'm farther along than what I ever was before. Far farther along. Because I'm reading through, and one of the things I highly suggest for anyone is if you can find an AA book, and even if you can't, it's all over the internet. There's no way you can't get a copy. And I'm not saying buying it. I can look up a PDF page of it right now. Read the doctor's note, because it describes all the different kinds of alcoholics, and it sucks because I'm each one of those. A bender alcoholic, a functioning alcoholic. It didn't matter what applied to me at that time and what was helpful. Things have been going great though, and hope things are going great for everybody else. And you know, there's always hope out there. One of the biggest things I've learned though is that you've got to want it. And I've said this before, you know, even before I went to the program. If you don't want to change, it's not going to work. I'm inspired by my sponsor and several people that I see in those meetings because I want what they have. And I will wholeheartedly always stand behind that. Alcoholics are some of the hardworking and most determined people you will ever meet. We just applied it to the wrong things. But when we do apply it to the right things, there's nothing that can fucking stop us. Except for this. Except for us. And that's what the big book teaches you. That's what daily reflections, that's what going to meetings teaches you, is how to do those things. It's how to learn to love yourself again. Because let's all face it, we all had a point where we just hated ourselves. Hell, I still look in the mirror and I hate myself, but piece by piece, each day, I don't hate myself as much. And piece by piece each day, I see myself changing. I've noticed in the last few weeks that I've started and finally gave myself to a higher power that good things come. And one of the hardest things I noticed is time. Time heals all wounds. I don't know if I really believe that. Because there's some wounds in me that are still deep and fresh. And wounds in other people that I've caused. But I noticed that now I regret it more than ever. I hurt so many people with drinking. Some really good friends that didn't deserve to be hurt like that. And call it what you want. Most people blame it on the alcohol. It was deep-seated issues. Resentment towards others, whether they were doing good or not. Unfairness that somebody else can drink just fine and I can't. But once I realized that I can't, you're a lot freer. I wouldn't change anything that I did or had done. The only thing I would change is if I didn't have to be an alcoholic at all, but that wasn't God's plan for me. And that's okay. Oh, it's my hand. Sorry. Fucking scared the piss out of myself. But as I was saying, each day gets a little easier. And I'm still grateful to be sober. I haven't had the urge to drink. Because when you give yourself completely to God and to this program and to the people in those rooms, you don't need that drink anymore. Or that drug. Or that sex. Or gambling. Whatever it may be that's afflicting you. Don't need it no more. Because I found something that's even better. I found love. And I found fellowship. And I found myself. Not completely. But I feel more whole than I ever have before. I feel more okay than I've ever been before. It's time again that I'd get drunk and just want to be okay. And the only thing that was making it not okay was me. I chose not to be okay. One of the stories we were reading tonight was a guy thought God had given up on him. And it hit me hard because I thought the same thing for a long time. But God didn't give up on me. I gave up on God. It's human instinct to naturally want to believe in something that you can't fathom, I guess. And once you do, it doesn't have to be religion, it doesn't have to be the Christian religion or Quran or Jewish, doesn't matter. You just have to, it could be the universe, it could be Athena, it could be anything you fucking want. But as humans, just having that, it makes things easier. Why? I don't know. I stopped trying to understand why. It just does. Because in the end, we're all only human. But if you find a way where you don't need a higher power, there's several people who are still atheists that I know that come to AA. But it works if you work it. And you find the way that works for you. Because in the end, all our stories are similar. All the stuff we've done is similar. And that's the number one thing that probably scared me was I wouldn't feel like an individual anymore, but I feel like more of an individual than I ever have before. Because it's still my story. It's similar and it relates. But we all think of it in a different way and handle it in a different way. Like I said, I don't really have a set posting schedule. I just kind of post when I feel like it. And I really hope this helps someone. And remember, there's always hope. Don't let that hope die out. Because we've all felt pretty hopeless before. And the moment we let that last little hope die out, that's when we die. And for me, it took my girlfriend, family members, a lot of people that kept it going. A lot of those people that I hurt were still trying to help. And I finally learned that I may not think I deserved it, but they did. And I cherished that more than I ever did before. I don't even think I cherished it before. But it's one day at a time. Keep it simple, stupid. And till next time.